My goodness. What a faggot. Everyone, what a faggot.
Hey, yo, here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call.
What's up, y'all? Anime Rage. I'm back with a, another part, and yeah, and this is gonna be a different type of topic, going on. It's another one of those things where I just combine two random ass ideas together and just write a little something about it and just see if it'll work or not. But hey, I decided to do one of my favorite anime. And my favorite anime is Black Lagoon. Yep. Some of y'all might be a bit surprised at that. Some of y'all might feel a little nostalgia from hearing that. Black Lagoon. So, I've been looking on YouTube a bit. No, I'm not. I'm lying. But I'm just going to assume no one has done a Black Lagoon what if. So, you can consider me someone who's going to do that. And not only that, I'm going to be putting Naruto into this universe. Now, let me just explain how I want this to go. So in this one, Naruto, he's going to act a bit like Shikamaru in a way. Just very chill. But he actually loves action and won't hesitate to get into a fight. And in this one, Naruto's going to have a dojutsu, which I will explain at the end of this, because it will be just some random shit that's going to be going off the top of my head. Nothing too overpowered. You'll find out in the end when I'm talking about it. So, yeah. So in this, Naruto was chosen by the Sage Six Paths to travel across dimensions and just have fun. In which, he gave him some gifts, a dojutsu. So, yeah. So this is how I'm gonna want this to start off. Naruto, he's being held hostage, and I'm just gonna say a assistant of the Sage Six Paths is like being held hostage. Alright, this is a new one. All the traveling Naruto has done, never once has he been a hostage. Now, let's get a little bit into the backstory, so we can, understand how Naruto got into this. So, originally Naruto thought the sage was giving him a break dimension, working at a desk job, mingling with some people, again as paycheck, check. And now, once Naruto got into this dimension, he realized how boring these people are. Some form of entertainment, he learned how to shoot any gun, from revolvers, repeaters, SMGs, burst rifles, assault rifle, sniper rifle, you name it, he can shoot it. So, later on in his life, he was contacted by his boss telling him that he was going to be a negotiator for a big shipment their company was trying to supply in. Thinking what would be better than that right now, Naruto agreed. So I'm going to time skip a bit. 5 hours later, after they leave, Naruto, he gets attacked by pirates, I should say. They were hired to pick up a disc on the ship. You know, two pirates, Revy and Dutch, my favorite characters. I don't even have to explain why I like Revy and Dutch. Like, if you watch the show, you understand why. So, you know, both of them, they're holding guns at Naruto's face, but Naruto has a bored expression on his face. As, you know, he was looking down at the barrels of their guns. And, you know, Dutch was saying shit about if they called the feds, then they'll kill everyone on the ship, blah, blah, blah. You know, Naruto was about to return to his cabin for a nap when, you know, Revy stopped him, saying, "Where the fuck you think you going?" And, you know, Naruto turned to her. She was still holding her gun. When y'all want to know why? To him, he replied with, you know, "I suspect you're done here, so I'm going to take a nap." Think of kind of, you know, Shikamaru as. Just, if that don't sound like something Shikamaru would do, I don't know what is. But, "You appear to have other plans for me," Naruto said as he stretched his arms over. You know, he was a very built person, just stretching a bit. And, you know, Revy, she's like, "Yeah, you're damn right I got some plans with you. You're coming with me," she says. And, you know, Naruto, he shrugged and he went with her. You know, she took him back to her boat, where he was just sitting there quietly listening to the two who were on the boat arguing. "Why the fuck you think bringing him was a good idea, Revy?" You know, Revy's like, "I don't know, Dutch. Maybe because Balalea is gonna screw us up on the deal. We're only getting 20k out of this. And that chip is probably worth 30k. I'm sorry. Revy, was it? But I don't think you understand Japanese corporation bosses. If one of the fish dies, they leave it to the sharks, and they ain't gonna pay you until you have me return. Sorry." Naruto shrugged and tried to take a nap. That was, you know, until Revy had a gun pointed towards Naruto's head. And, you know, hearing what Naruto said made Revy pissed off a bit, you know, just a bit. And, you know, before she could pull the trigger, splattering Naruto's brains all over the ground. But, you know, Dutch had her all grabbed up, and she's like, "Okay, Dutch, I get it." "Get what?" "I'll calm down." So, you know, they look back at Naruto, only to see him, he wasn't there. They were shocked and moved to the hatch to see it was closed shut. You know, Dutch made a dash for the hatch, opening it, and saw Naruto just chilling on the port of the boat, just sitting there. "Don't worry," said Naruto. "I won't jump. Just taking the smell of the sea. I don't get this smell in Japan, you know." True, Dutch said with a nod. He, you know, went to the hostage and brought out some of the smoke, and, you know, he offered it to Naruto. You know, he took it, you know, flicked his thumb and it lit up. How'd you do that?" Dutch asked. "Sorry, I don't trust you enough with that information. Maybe after I officially left the sharks and we'll get to know each other," said Naruto after, you know, he taken a pull. You know, the cool thing about Naruto was that, you know, he couldn't get drunk or wasted. So he could drink and smoke as much as he wanted with no backlash. Kind of like cancer or alcohol poisoning in a way. And, you know, Dutch, he's like, "Well, can I at least get a name or something?" And Naruto, he says, "I suppose I can give you that, seeing that we're probably going to be working together. My name's Naruto Uzumaki," he said, you know, giving him a two-finger gun salute with a smile. You know, Naruto, he looked out and saw that they were about to land. You know, he flicked away his cigarette and said, "I need a drink. Know any good bars around here?" Naruto asked Dutch and got a smirk. I know a good place. Come on," Dutch said as, you know, he was walking to the gangplank. You know, they walked for a while until they came up to a bar, of which I still can't remember the name of. For those who've seen it know what I'm talking about, but I just don't remember the name. I might put like a text below to show you what it is. And they walked in and started drinking. And Dutch tried to get some more information out of Naruto, but that ain't happening. You sure you won't tell me anything, Fox? Naruto, gave him a weird look about to ask what the nickname was for when, Revi knocked his glass to the side with her own cup of drinks. And Naruto and Revi go into a pretty dope drinking battle. And after like 10 minutes of drinking, both Naruto and Revi have had more than 20 shots. And they were working on their 25th shot when 2 grenades came through the room. Duck and cover, shouted a random civilian. Everyone found cover except for Naruto. He finished his shot and put down the glass and ordered another one. That was until the glass got shot. This pissed him off. So he calmly got up and turned to see people shooting through the wall. He sighed, using his seals tattooed on his side. He summoned 2 katanas and just started going crazy. And dashed forwards to the closest gunman who was about to shoot him. And, he cut the barrel of his gun and then diagonally cut him in half. He turned, rushed to the next guy, sliced him into pieces, and he started going to killing spree. What the hell's going on? Dutch asked, who gone to the back to make a call. Me and Whiskers were just having a friendly drinking game when these assholes came in and broke his glass. And then he just started going ballistic. But I gotta admit, I'm starting to like this kid. Hey, Whiskers, leave some for me, shouted Revi as, she pulled out his twin daggers that Naruto had. So, Naruto looked back at Revi and got an idea. How about we make this into a challenge? Whoever can kill the most men has to buy the other a drink. Naruto finished with a foxy grin. Revi contemplated and gave a why the hell not and started shooting up people. You better hope you can kill fast. I'm already at 8. Naruto shouted. No fair, you got a head start. Take a 10-second break. Naruto obligated. Hey, any excuse to get more drinks. He appeared at the bar and asked for more rum. Revi then went to work on the other men. Naruto took his drink and went back to the fray. Dutch got fed up with hiding and yelling, Revi, Fox, we gotta get out of here. Reluctantly, they both stopped what they was doing and made their way to the back. On his way to the back, Naruto noticed a revolver laying on the ground. And, not wanting to waste such a good weapon, Naruto picked it up and opened the clip and saw there was 3 bullets left in it. And so he put it on his side seals for later use, of course. Once he got into the car, Naruto asked, how many? 20, said Revi with a smirk. Naruto only chuckled. 32, you owe me a drink. Fuck, Revi yelled. And she opened up the window and chucked a grenade. Those guys are probably hired by my ex-boss to get that disc and kill me in the process. As they drove off, they didn't realize the leader of the army men emerged from the burning bar. Well, looks like we're gonna have some fun tonight, said the commander as he took off his glasses and made a call for a helicopter. So, once they got back on the boat, they took off and headed towards their drop-off point. We're going to time skip to the next morning. Naruto was having a drink with Dutch. Damn, this water looked like crystal in this light. Must be cool waking up to seeing this sight every morning, Naruto said, as he took another chug of his beer. It's nice with the sun there and waking me up. But they must have some good scenery back in Japan, right? Dutch asked. Nah, nothing this good. Sure, you got mountains, forests, but the smoke clouds clog it all up. Nature at sea is the best, replied Naruto, filling up his glass again. I gotta go get some fresh air. Talk to you later, Dutch. Naruto made his way to the hatch, stepping out from the deck. He saw Revi expecting one of her drinks. And it looked like this would be a very lazy ride. That is until Naruto and Revi heard whirling from the helicopter blade, and they looked up and saw the guy who was commanding the assault on the bar. Well, fuck, Naruto said as he ran back to the hatch, alerting Dutch of the situation that they were about to be in. Dutch, you realize we have a helicopter tailing us, right? Yeah, Benny just alerted me about him. Looks like we're in one hell of a pickle. Suddenly, the helicopter started firing at them. Incoming! Revi, get in here! Where the fuck did these asshats get a chopper from? As Revi, as she got in the hole, after trying to turn around, only to get shot at, the boat was now in a channel. And, they passed a half-sunken ship. Naruto commented, this place should be no man's land, cause no man has come out here alive. And they hit a dead end, and Naruto brought up, well, the way how I see it, we got two options. One, sit here and rot, or two, think of a way to get past them. What can we do? We can't fight back against that, Benny said. Naruto sat in a calm position and used something he never thought he would use in a long time. He used his dojutsu, which y'all can come up with a name with in the comments. I'm just going to describe the abilities. So, this dojutsu allows him to see anything and everything. Now, anything and everything, he could figure out how to get out of a situation after a few minutes. He opens his eyes and sees the rest of the crew giving him weird looks. I'll explain it later, but now I have a plan. But you might not like it. This boat was made to hydroplane, right? Naruto said, looking at Benny. In theory, yes. At top speed, we're only in the water in a few inches. Why? Simple. We'll invite them to a game of chicken. Dutch, are those torpedoes primed? Naruto asked with a smirk. Yeah, are you suggesting that we hit them with the torpedoes? I don't know if you noticed, but they're kinda in the air. The half-sunken boat back there is a perfect angle for a ram. We hit at top speed, jump into the ship, nail them with the torpedo. Hate to say it, but it's the only option we got. Dutch, he contemplated for a few minutes and said, that's the craziest plan I ever heard. Crazy doesn't mean bad, Naruto said. True. Alright, Revi, got a sniper and get ready to invite them to play. Revi nodded and went to get her a sniper. Fox, grab a flare. If they fire rockets at, keep it away from the ship. Naruto nodded, grabbing the flare, went outside. And moving to the rear top speed. Fox is what we calling Naruto now. Had a flare in his hand, and Revi had a sniper in her hands. Alright, it's a game of chicken. Revi, come and invite them to play. Revi took a couple of shots at the chopper. All just glancing over the sides. The chopper shot rockets at the ship. And Naruto, the flare, the rockets followed. Alright, now it's time to get back inside, said Naruto as he headed back in. The chopper started to speed after them. Dutch hit top speed and jumped in the ship and said, fire. And he pulled two levers on the dashboard and two torpedoes fired out. One missed and the other one hit his target. The torpedo exploded and Naruto gave a fuck you and flipped the bird off and braced for impact. And so, yeah, at the dusk of the Black Lagoon crew was kind of messed up a bit. So they got there looking rather not in the best of shape, I should say. Dutch approach, Balaleka with that dope ass scar she got on her. But in Naruto's opinion, it made her look a little nice, with the scar and stuff. So, Dutch handed over the disc and said something that Naruto wouldn't hear. Hey, Revi, who's the hot blonde? Revi looked at Naruto with a black face. Her name is Balaleka. She is our current leader of the Russian mafia. That's all you need to know. And if that's why you're trying to hit, or you'll disappear off the face of the earth. And Naruto, filed a little nugget in his head for a little reminder later. So Naruto didn't know why, but Balaleka reminded Naruto of someone, but he couldn't put his finger on it. Fox then, heard his name called out. Come on, Naruto, aren't you coming? Hey boss, you said it yourself, didn't you? I'm already dead. By the way, the name's Fox now, said Fox as, he took off his tie and lit it up with a cigarette. Fox's ex-boss said nothing and just drove off. And Balaleka drove up next to him and through the open window said, glad to know that you won't be working with the Japanese, but we still need to know what you're gonna do now. I'll be looking forward to working with you in the future, Fox, Balaleka said. And she closed up her window and drove off. And Naruto turned to the Black Lagoon. Well, looks like I'm out of the job. So, what should I do now? He said sarcastically. Well, I know one company. They're in shipping business, who sometimes break the rules and put food on the table. I hope to God they're hiring, said Fox as he finished his smoke. Wow. Well, if I'm going to work with you, you might as well know everything about me. I already know all about you. Really? Then how did you obtain this knowledge? Most of it is classified, asked Dutch. Well, let's just say I have my ways. I'd rather not go into it. You won't believe me anyway, said Naruto as they all headed back to the HQ. Now, time to explain Fox's dojutsu in a bit. Well, as I explained before, it tells him anything and everything. He can now do anything and everything. This includes, knowing people's past. He knows where his crewmates are from and their luggage. And, he respects them not to tell anyone about them. This also, like hearing Balaleka, speaking a bit of Russian, which caused him to, copy that. So now he can speak Russian. So, next time, we'll have this, change trap, and we'll see Naruto fight without his guns or swords. So, yeah. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.
Break hearts, destroy 'em. Yeah, I keep a tool on me if they got a screw up. They messing with my big homie, they must be a damn fool. I buy me some jewelry, under pressure I stay. Round the clock, tone fuller. Class clown back in high school.